So now that we've looked over the load simulator method, let's take a look at what is needed for the run simulation method. And we can almost say that by the end of this video, you should be pretty much on your way. But we still have many more to go, so let's jump in and get this done. On the last episode, we went ahead and just quickly went over and discussed load simulation, which was the first command in our execution. So what we're going to do now is we're now going to look at how to be able to do the run simulation part. And again, we're going to make it very vague, and we're going to do it with comments so that we can give you the opportunity to really just spread your wings and just start to code. So the first thing we have to do with, that's display stats on the wrong one. Here we go. Now we're on the right one. So the first thing we're gonna have to do is we need to check to see that sim did, okay. Oh my goodness me, load, there we go. Sim did load, okay. We just need to make sure that it loaded. Okay, so the next thing, now that we've loaded the sim and the sim had a true result, let me just discuss this a little bit more. So if this sim did not load, we do need to tell the user that there is a problem. So let's make sure that when we check to see if the sim did load, if it did not, let's at least write an error message to our user and say simulation did not load. Check that simulation.txt is in the same folder as the program. There we go. Okay, so it's important to let your user know that something went wrong. The next thing is that if true, we need to be able to look at all the commands inside simulation. Whoops, that's not it. The simulation list. And of course, if we are iterating over this list, the easiest way for you as a beginner Python programmer to do that is with a loop. Okay, so loop over command list, which I showed you. Okay, and then we need to start deciding what actions we're going to take for each command. Okay, so then we need to go, we need to make conditionals for each command. And what that means is like, for example, if I'm just going to call it loop I is equal to, okay, so of course you're going to name this all yourself. You're going to, hopefully you can interpret this into what I'm trying to tell you. Is equal to, okay, what is one of the commands that we have? So let's just have a quick look. So let's go back here and scroll down to the commands. Okay, so here are commands. So let's just try some of them. So like, let's go, okay, let's start with forward. So command is equal to forward. We need then to, obviously, if it's forward, we need to change the gear into forward. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you a picture of an automatic car, just in case you don't understand forward. So basically, we need to be able to put the car into D, or drive, okay? Which, that's what the user is asking. Please put the car in forward, okay? And it will obviously execute change gear. So forward, and I know that for someone who's never driven an automatic car, that could be confusing, like forward. Yes, so this is an automatic car. We, the programmer, will change gears. We will decide when the gears are changed. The user just accelerates, clicks it into forward or reverse. So D or R. what we need to do now is we need to execute the method, because that's for you to figure out, change gear, okay, and it will have an argument of forward, okay, forward, okay, and that is here. Guys, excuse me, I have to cough. Apologies, sorry. Okay, so you can see now that we're passing in the global variable forward, which is actually equal to 1, okay? And that will most definitely help us with dealing with gears, okay? So you can actually see that the car is initialized with the gear in forward. However, we as the programmer will obviously change this from forward 1 to 2, 3, 4, and 5. But that is not something that the user has to deal with. So that's something that we will deal with in change gear. However, okay, wait. So yeah, so there we go. Another example could be if loop I is equal to something else. What other ones do we have? Let's have a look. Accelerate. We'll go back here, equal to, there we go. Sorry, I'm holding down shift while I do that. Execute method. Right. Okay. And let's have a look up at accelerate. So accelerate asks for no arguments, so we don't need to pass anything in. Okay, let's do another example. If loop I is equal to, okay, let's have a look. Oh, there's right there. Right. What is that name? Turn steering wheel. Control C. Control B. Okay, wheel. Whoops, missed the L. Okay, and let's have a look. Okay, so this has an argument that it requests. And again, we need to use these. So we must pass global variable right. Are we turning right? Yes, right. Okay. And we're going to have to do this for every single command that is available. And if I am right, so that's accelerate, brake, forward, reverse. I've actually missed left and right. So it needs to accelerate, brake, forward, reverse. Let's do forward and reverse too, so we can have an idea. Okay, so let's just if loop I is equal to, what did I say? Let's go reverse. Okay. Method. And we're going backwards, which is change gauge. Is it underscore? Yes. Gear. Okay. Reverse. Okay, and on and on and on. Okay, so I think we have left is the one we haven't done, and break. Okay, so I'm gonna leave for you to do that. I feel like I've really stretched it out here. Okay, and just to give you maybe a little bit more of a help as well. One thing you can do as well, if you remember, is that we have to display, we have to show what we're doing to the user. So we do have display stats, right? So we have to use this to print out our variables here. So whether it's broken, the speed, and we have the way it looks somewhere here. It's here. So you can see that we need to have a print statement that basically shows the speed, the gear in, and the direction it's traveling. And maybe, like for example, this printout, maybe this is not inside of display. Maybe these kind of things that say braking, maybe they will actually go in. So if the first thing that we might write here is print. That's the wrong type of braking. There we go, braking. Okay, so that'll just make it a little bit easier for you to be able to signal your action, and then display stats will then, we'll come to that, okay? Maybe we'll throw that once at the end. But what might help you is to be able to actually, once you've made each one of these loops, let me just spread that out so we can tell. There we go. So for example, if we wanted to, once we've executed the method to change gear, maybe we want to just like go, sorry about that, execute method display, I think it's stats. There we go. Yep. So you can just do that. You can do it here, here, and here. So every time you have a loop and it executes a method, maybe right afterwards you might want to execute the display stats so that you get this sort of action, stats, action, stats, action, stats, and it'll allow you then to be able to get this output. Again, I'm giving you a lot, but I want you to succeed in this because it can be difficult. Okay, I think we're done here, guys. I think you will be able to go ahead now and code this.